So this is a video talking about how to run the MRP system and how it works with sheet cutting. So that for us guys includes laser and plasma. So let's get stuck into it. So we're going to do this right from the start. So I'm going to create a sales order, and I'm going to actually duplicate an order because that's a thing. And this one here was for 53 standard hitches. So I'm going to duplicate the order, copy order. The PO number would be the customer's PO number, so I'm just going to use POC and I'm going to call it sheet cutting. Okay. So we've now got the next available sales order with POC sheet cutting. It's got exactly the same quantities, but I'm going to change them just to make it different looking. So I'm going to go 57. Because we're going to be doing this end to end, I'm taking notes. So it's 150355. That's the sales order number. And whenever I go back to the start here, you'll see that we've got ready to process and ready to fulfill. So this means that it should go through the factory after it's released. There's no engineering work needed. So we're going to click that, don't need that screen anymore, and then we'll go to the scheduling function, and I'm going to go to planning workbench. Now this screen here for some reason doesn't open right first time, I don't know why, but second time, third time lucky. So you'll see in here we've got, I'm looking for a new job. So you'll see here, create a job. I'm going to pick this job, create job, next job. So I'm going to make a note of this, which is, this is 000621. That's my job number, and I'm going to get the details from the engineering job. I'm going to print it, I'm going to schedule it, and I'm going to release it, and I'm going to create the job. So this will take me to the job card for 621. So you'll see here, just to confirm, firm, engineered, released. So it's ready to rock, and it's also make to order. So that effectively means that's scheduled as per the dates, etc. that's on there. So I'm going to close that, and if we just remember 621, so in the background this NestLink program collects, before I hit start, it collects information from sheet steel delivery notes. It gets completed jobs that are going back the way, and it also collects the job numbers. So whenever I click start here, it might be hard to do, but we're going to keep our eyes peeled for 621. So these are delivery packing slips, jobs, 621. So you see the 621. So that means it's captured 621 and effectively posted it to the laser cutting process. So this would never be stopped. This would just be lying on the server, but because I'm in test, it's on my C drive, so I'm stopping it just to clear my desk a bit. So under Sigma, I'm now going to go new task, and in here I'm going to look for works orders. So my works order is the same number as the job number, 000621. So we're going to select all the parts because they're all 20 mil. Click OK, copy those across, and then I'm going to go to my sheet list, and I've got 3x5 20 mil, and I'm going to hit OK. So that has now brought the parts and the sheets into my process. I'm going to click OK, and my screen isn't slightly big enough to record this, but there's a auto nest here, so I'm going to click auto nest. This now based on the parameters that you've set in the tack tables, spaces the parts out. So if the parts aren't tight enough for you, it's because the tack table is not specified correctly. So there's just a wee bit of groundwork that needs done there on tack tables and what they call parameters to ensure that the nesting is as efficient as possible. This of course is auto nesting, it's not static nests, which static nests are not demand driven. So so just while this is running, because it will take a moment, if for example there was a 1 and 1 opposite and the part was heavy enough to be awkward for the press operators, we need to regenerate those parts in the flipped orientation, as in effectively a different shaped DXF, which means that the parts will then come into this program 50% flipped. So that would be, instead of just one part number that you then fold opposite, it'll be one part number and then an OPP part number identical to the other one. With a flipped DXF, this means the parts will come off auto flipped for Johnny and the boys on the press, because for some larger parts it can be a tough day flipping sheets and we don't want to be doing that. So this process is continuing. Takes about 3-4 minutes, but we're nesting 55 parts here, or sorry, 55 assemblies. So of course the thing that we're doing here is we're also consuming sheets. So as we do these sheets, and if we include remnants, etc., this consumes the sheets. So based on min-max sheet values, it allows our purchasing system then to drive reordering levels. So what has this done? So you'll see down the side here it says job number 621, 621, 621, and you just look here for your completion status. So 114 complete, 57 complete, 57 complete, 114. So in other words, that is nested 2 sheets. So there's one of them that's fully nested, and there's another one here that has got a potential remnant. So under parameters, I have to check this just because I have to. So that's fine. And then the next stage is nesting NC, and we're going to go auto NC, which is numeral control, not NC engineering. So you'll see here we've got remnant, create a remnant, and I've said create a remnant for everything that's under 3,000 square meters. Okay, and we can click remnant here. This is a wee glitch in my system, so you'll see here it has a remnant. The next thing then is posting it. So this is now effectively like posting a letter. We're going to post this to production. Now I know I've made a mistake there. So I'm going to hit cancel and hope it doesn't do it. Under post, I'm going to go post all sheets. Post all. Now this wee glitch is just unique to me, so we should have 2 successes here whenever this thinks about it. Yeah, success, and then the other one should come up with success too. Okay, so effectively this is done. Now historically, we would have saved our workspace. This function is not needed. 484. This is saving your task set, but in reality, because we are using a demand-driven system now, it really is coming from works order. I've done that just to show that it can still be done, but the people from Sigma Nest they've actually said, well, why do you do that? They don't really know. So previously we could have done program update from here, but that's not how Colour Offload works, and going forward when Colour Offload is considered and implemented, please do not use this program update here, because it does not calculate the actual cutting times. So I can do new workspace and clear that. So the other program which would be running on the shop floor is this one. So you'll see here, this gives the operators a list of all the jobs down the side here. You have to put in your operator number, and then you basically pick the job that you're starting, whether it be this full sheet or this half sheet. Doesn't really matter whichever one you're going to go load to the machine, and you start your process. So we've now started that job, and effectively the machine would now be cutting away at whatever efficiency rate you've set for it. Of course, I'm not going to wait the whole time, because this is saying that this sheet would take 3 minutes to cut, or that's the estimated cutting time. I don't think you'd be cutting 20 mil in 3 minutes, but who knows. Anyway, I'm going to finish it, and then I'm going to start the next sheet. You'll see this one has gone green. I'm going to start the next sheet, and again it's saying 3 minutes. I don't think it's 3 minutes, but anyway, I'm going to click finish. Now the time that will be recorded back to Epicor is actually the difference between the start and the stop. So ignoring finishing times, that might actually be the cutting time for that one part, but the finish time, whenever I click finish here, it's going to take the total sheet and amortize the sheet cutting out over everything. So you'll see now there both sheets are complete, and we're going to go update. So we're updating that now. I have not shown you how to reject any parts. I'm going to update that one too. So that would be the operator on the shop floor finished with that operation. And again, I did not show how to reject a part. We'll worry about that later. So in our Epicor, we've got an MP3 button here, and I'm going to look for job 621. So why is 621 still showing here? It's down to our famous little Nest link button. So we're going to run this again, and whenever I click start, again it's looking for packing slips of new steel that's come in. It's going to look for new jobs, and now it's processing what it calls instances, and an instance is actually the program of cutting. So whenever all these instances are collated, that's now finished. I can stop it and I can exit. Don't need that anymore. And if I go refresh grid, so job 621 is gone, so there's no more demand there. So 621 on the metal prep teams worksheet, that job's done. So what I would recommend is that you look at your filter here, and you go is before or equal to, and you pick a certain month. So for example, if I was to look at this list for, let's go back a good way, 1st of February. So these are all the jobs that are well overdue, because they were due out in the due out 1st of February and before. So these are all the laser jobs. So these jobs are overdue. So again, this is how to get the prioritization list for each department. So if I go August 1st, of course that will just be a bigger list. So these are all the jobs, which includes saw, laser, plasma. So for example, if you were to look there for L, because laser, I've tried to do this smartish way anyway, that if you look for L, there's only L's in 2 processes, laser and plasma. So that gives the cutting team a list of parts that need to be done with the job numbers. So you just load your job number, load your sheet style, process it, post it, run nest link, and it comes off the list. So that's how to get a prioritized list of what needs cut next. Hopefully that helps, folks, and any questions, sure, give me a call.